Good afternoon, folks. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Tuesday. And for some reason, I'm back on Bounding into Comics. What a great website to post on news that of people going nuts. That's just that's just how it goes, I guess. A lot of funny stories from this website. So this is about a mobile game called Azur Lane, and they release characters all the time. It's very popular. I guess you can call them a collectible game, or where you randomly get things from a draw. So it's called a premium game, I think. You could play freely or freemium. You can play freely, but you can also spend money and get gotcha or randomized draws of characters. And one of the new characters is a character called, what is this name? USS Marblehead. So Azure Lane, if you don't know, it's running off the tails of hentai collection. If you don't know about these games, this is basically you have a bunch of girls, Japanese anime style manga or anime girls who are named after ships, and they take the history of those ships and historical battles and what have you, and they personify them. What a great, simple, creative concept, right? You take historical figures, this time ships, you turn them into cute, attractive female anime or manga characters, and then you pit them against each other in some sort of side-scrolling shoot-'em-up game. Now, I've actually played this game and a few others similar to it, so I know a little bit of what's going on. Obviously, I don't play anymore, but I don't know what the drama is all about. It's kind of silly, but it's always SJWs rambling about something they never touch or don't care about just because. I don't know why. So let's get into this. Twitter user has accused popular Battleship Genjika game, I don't know what Genjika is, of referencing a particularly controversial hentai doujin based solely on a small accessory included in the character design of a newly created character. Okay. So here he has the USS Marblehead by Azur Lane Official. And apparently this is a reference to this character in some doujin. Now, a doujin, in case you don't know, is taking copyright material like I don't know, take the Fate Stay Night series and making your own version of that in a manga. So Japan's a bit lax. They're sort of happy that you do that. If you're good, you know you're good when you have a doujin based off your manga or based off your anime, or vice versa, because they're just happy to have people copy. So this is referencing the tag on this character. If you can barely see it right here, this looks like this character, which could be a coincidence. It doesn't really matter, because all it is a little centimeter of art with some pixels that make it look like this character. And this character is from, obviously, an adult hentai doujin. So here we have the hentai doujin on the right, and here we have the Azur Lane content on the left. Now, in case you don't know, Azur Lane is not adult-oriented. It's a shoot-'em-up action game. That's it. That's all it is. You collect these ships, you upgrade them, you modify them, and voila. You can do other fun things, like you could give them rings of promise. You could unlock outfits. It's basically a gacha game with cute girls. There's all kinds of those out there. Not a big deal. Now, if you actually understand the story or the history behind what's the name again? Marblehead? Of the USS Marblehead, essentially it's a history of the ship being retooled several times before finally having proper armament. So it went through all these transformations. And that's why they created a character. And that's why they had that little reference, because she looks very different than what she looks like now. So for those of you just trying to say this is an artist reference, I believe the ID tag likely signifies the fact that the Marblehead underwent many design changes after she was commissioned. The emergence, similarly, is just coincidence. Pretty much. So here we have Shepard. Okay, I guess I know what that's a reference to. Yeah, Mass Effect. And this person has one post, 0 followers, and they post, of course, manga, Japanese manga, which I can't read, so they must know Japanese, I assume. And all their replies so far are in relation to the Azur Lane scenario. Because of your perverted behavior about people discriminated by society, or your complexing. So again, this is what I don't understand. In order to get this reference, you have to be reading, you have to be, or be aware of Japanese manga or doujin or hentai adult doujin. You'd have to know this, or else how else can you point this out? But if that's the case, why are you offended? This game has nothing to do with this character. It's a purely strange coincidence from a little centimeter of art there. So why would you be offended about wouldn't you be offended about the doujin? Like, this has nothing to do with it. And that means you have to have knowledge of that. So it's a very strange predicament to be offended by something you have no knowledge of. But if you do have knowledge of it, then you're a hypocrite. Because you're like, oh, well, I know about this now. Now it's bad. Now I know it's referencing something when in fact it's not referencing anything. It's referencing itself. I demand a design change. This is complete shit. Remove the badge. It doesn't climb into any gates. You cannot refer to such shit. This is, again, very strong. Oh, it's not available. They took it down. Isn't that great? Here's a letter to Azur Lane official to please change the design. It's getting silly. These people don't play these games. These people don't care about these things. But it comes in any concept to people having fun or having sexualized characters that might be offensive in some small way. Like, you could be offending the prostitute community, because again, this is a story about a character who becomes a prostitute on a ship or whatever in the doujin. You're like, what do you want? This is clearly not the product for you. This is not an adult product. This is a fun gotcha game, and it's got some cute characters that people like to look at, and it's got some voice acting too. It's kind of a funny game when you think about it. A bunch of women using some sort of technological powers to surfboard on the ocean, attacking other alien-looking, invading female ships. It's a silly story, but it's fun. It's obviously for fun, and it's lighthearted. And it's cool. It's nice art. It's a bit sexy at times. It has some nice, some voice acting from lots of talented voice actresses. It's harmless. But of course, people get pissed off when they see nice things that they can't either have fun with or they can never have any hope of attaining. I don't know. But it's just a silly thing. But this is what happens every day. There's beautiful artwork that people love, and someone has to come by and tell you, nope, this is no good because it's attractive. It's sexual. Oh dear. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Have yourself a great day.